All right, welcome to the second feature video of Taawn. Today I want to demonstrate the trail comparison feature. That means you can upload a second run or third run of a trail, or someone else can upload a run. Your friend, for example, can upload a run of a trail that you wrote together. And then you can align this second run to the reference run that we reconstructed the last time. So again, we are here on the website taawn.com and we can log in. Last time we first added a camera. Just to recap quickly what we did, we added a camera, a GoPro 9 with some camera parameters that the camera was calibrated for. And then we uploaded a reference run of a trail called Milo's Claw. Let me open that up again so that we can have a quick look how that looked the last time. So on the left, you see the map. You see the GPS track, the blue one, and you also see the red one, which is the trail reconstructed with the camera data. It looks quite similar, but locally the red one is a lot more accurate than the blue one. So you can start that, and again on the right side you can see the 3D reconstruction of the trail that we wrote. So this was basically the first run that I did on this trail, and then I also did a second and a third run. And now I'm going to show you how we can actually compare those two runs, compare lines, for example, compare sections and so on. Again, we need to add the trail. I'm going to call this again Milo's Claw, but this time it's run 2. Again, we need to select the camera, which is again the GoPro 9 that I used, and then we will open up a video file. This time it's the second run. The camera was not mounted upside down, it was just mounted normally on my helmet. And again, we need to upload that video. And I'm going to pause the video now and show you as soon as it's uploaded, show you how to continue with that. Okay, so now after a couple of minutes, unfortunately my internet connection is still slow, the trail is uploaded and processed. Processing means we're downsampling it in the background a bit, extracting the metadata from the GoPro video file and copy it to the relevant paths in the backend. Now we have a card here with the uploaded file. As you can see as well, it's currently unavailable, meaning it needs to be matched to some reference trail somehow. You will have some details here that are not filled out correctly at the moment that I need to work on. And the first thing you need to do is, like here is basically your second run. You can have this little preview video to check if it's the right file. The first thing we need to do is set a reference run or reference trail. This currently is not working automatically. You have to do this manually. Maybe in the future this will be automated. But for now we need to first find a reference run. The front end will directly show you all reference runs that are close to your current query run. So it uses just the first GPS coordinate of the video stream to give you the right crop of the map. And then you can basically select that and you will get a preview video from your reference run. Of course, it looks quite similar because I mounted the camera at the same spot and it's the same trail, basically the same day, almost same time. So they look both quite similar, but you can believe me that this is actually the first run that I did on this trail. So now we can select this trail basically, and right away the processing in the backend will start. Two things happen. First, a so-called place recognition task is running. That means we extract some features for each frame of the video to find the closest features in the reference trail or on the reference run. After finding these closest images, the matching, the elaborate or the matching task will start. This actually takes more time, and what this does is basically goes through each image of the query video, so the one we just uploaded, and matches it to the closest images in the reference from the reference run. As soon as it found the closest image, it will perform a pose estimation. So it will estimate the rotation and translation using the 3D points and the images from the reference video. And this is how the accuracy, how we can reach this great accuracy where we actually have a frame by frame comparison or even a 3D comparison between the both rides. I will stop the video now because this will take a couple of minutes again in the back end, and we will see how the result looks later. Okay, so now that the matching process is finished, you can see down here that you will now get this details page. You can also click on the title here, and we will now be able to compare the two runs. And you will now see with the type of accuracy or the kind of accuracy that we can actually reach and how we can use the available information that the backend calculated to do accurate segment comparisons as well. So what you now see here is on the left side the reference run, the reference trail that we reconstructed in the last video, and on the right you can see your query run. So this is now the one that we want to compare to the reference run. You can also see that it directly jumped to the first frame. So you can see those are very, very close together. And the total time distance between the reference and the query run is 2.5 seconds over the entire segment length of 634 meters and 70 centimeters. And that the segment start is at 7.5 seconds and the end is at 102 seconds. I can now hit the play button and I will stop it right away to explain you what these lines are. The lines basically is the run from the right. So the green dashed line here is basically the query run projected to the reference run. This means you could now compare lines, you can compare line choices because you now see in the reference trail video where the person or where the GoPro was moving with respect to the reference trail. So you can now project the 3D trail or the 3D run information, the 3D camera information into the reference run. The red line is the trajectory of the reference run basically, and I can now hit the play button and you can see how this augmentation continues to show you where the camera actually was in 3D space or on the trail. You also see a green circle here, and this green circle indicates the position of the query of the run in the query video in the reference run. So this means here as an explanation that the query run, the rider in the query run was 0.11 seconds in advance or 90 centimeters in advance to this reference run. So also this in the graph up here shows you that the time difference is positive here because the query run is in advance, so it's actually further down the trail already. In this little table here, you also see the same numbers, basically the current distance in the segment and the current time advantage in this segment. I can now also continue to run this, and you can see I was riding quicker in the second run, so this basically means that the dot is advancing faster. You can also now stop the video. You can see now I'm 3.8 meters ahead, and if you compare the frame, actually you see this tree is the tree here, and yeah, basically that's about 3.8 meters. You can also see how accurate that is. You can see that here this is the frame or the pose of the camera in the query run, and I'm closer to this tree that you can again see here. What you can also now do is you can basically move this trajectory around to adjust it to your needs. You can shift it along the C or the gravity axis. And you can also set how many poses you want to draw. So basically you can also draw the entire trail. Well, this doesn't give you that much information, but it's possible to do it. You can also see where the trail is actually heading in the forest. Now we see here different line choice, for example. Here on the left, I actually jumped over that little gap jump on the left in the query run here. And in the reference trail, I basically drove around it. So now you saw basically that there was different line choices. And what we can now do is let's, so basically this is the initial segment, which is the entire run. But of course it might be really interesting to see why and where someone was faster than the reference run, for example. And this you can achieve, for example, here, I was a lot faster than the reference run. So let's see why and how that looks. So you can now click on the graph here, and you will now be able to do accurate segment comparisons. You can now see that in this segment that I just clicked from frame 2500 to something about 3800, the segment start is now at 51 seconds and the segment end about 76 seconds. The length is now just 158 meters. And the time difference in that segment now is 1.28 seconds. So I was 1.28 seconds faster. Also, the video feed jumped to the start of the segment. So now not the beginning is aligned, but now actually the segment start is aligned. So you can now see also here's the tree, here's a tree, and here is the roots. So almost the same frame position basically. And we can now start again that run. Or start the video again for this segment. As you saw, I was that was actually quite interesting. You saw on the left that I did took a different line choice basically here, and I scrolled a bit too far back. Now we are back in the segment. So observe the line choice here, where I basically jumped the little gap jump instead of going around it here, and you will see how the green dot is basically pacing or overtaking on the left side. You saw it like this. So you see that's obviously faster to take this little gap jump instead of going around it. Again, here the line was a bit different. I took that jump on the left in the first run and I didn't take it in the second run. Yeah. And as you can see now on that straight, I obviously took more speed out of the corner. So I was a lot faster. Also here you might see again, we can also change the segment here how we want. So you can also see here across the frames how accurate the comparisons are. And again, now you see a part of the track where I took a different line choice. So here I basically went low and the red one's going high. And then I'm basically going from low to high here, and the red one is just straight lining this section. And let's see who comes out faster. So it seems again that in my second run, I was faster on this low and then high line going to that straight here. You can also perform these sections by using the video as an input. So you can maybe just say, okay, I want to have this part of the track. I set the segment start here, and then I play the video until, I don't know, here, and set the segment end, and then you can see that also the graph will jump directly to this section that you set using the video as input instead of clicking on the graph basically. So yeah, that's about it. That's the trail comparison, segment comparison feature. You saw how accurate you can do that actually, how flexible you can switch between sections. You can define them as you like on the graph here. You can check why and where you were faster, and you can also see different line choices from between the query and the reference run. That's it. See you for the next video.